Good morning, grade 10. Welcome to our official first English 10 course today. So I want to make sure that everyone can see me. We're good to go. If everyone can just give me a green check mark in Blackboard so that it's very clear you guys are seeing the live stream. All right, maybe not. I'm just going to check and make sure everyone's here, you guys. All right, so I'm just checking in Blackboard, ladies and gentlemen, to see if you are in the live stream here. So once you do get into the live stream, can you guys please give me a green check mark? Awesome, now it looks like we're getting in. A few of you anyways. Good morning, Brendan. Perfect. I'm just gonna do something with my computer here, you guys, and see. Oh, I don't think I can. I'm just trying to see if I can make stuff bigger, but I don't think I can. All right. So waiting for a few more people to get into the live stream classroom, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you're having a fantastic morning. And we will get started once everyone's in. I don't want to leave anyone behind because we're going to start off with some logistical setup things that I know you guys just setting up your Weebly. No, Zoe, there's... Okay, so I've got some green check marks going here though, you guys. So obviously there's some people who are on. Yes, thanks for the tip there too, Devin. Yes, you have to make sure that you go to the live stream. Excellent. Good. Looks like we got a couple more people in. I just want to reiterate to you guys, once we, there you go. Good tip, Shayna. Shayna just reminded us to you guys. You have to click on the English 10 link in the live stream video, right? So in Zoe, you need to be in your Moodle class on our homepage and you'll see our live classroom, and you need to click on there, and then you'll need to click on the English 10. And it should take you there. Perfect. Just waiting for a few more, you guys. I really want to make sure that everyone can get in. Awesome. Looks like Jade's in. Good. Now, just as we're waiting for those couple of other students to work it out, you guys, I just want to let you know, when you come in and get onto Blackboard now, especially once you're doing English and math, make sure right away that you're going to the live stream link as well. All right, you guys, because this is going to be our norm. So don't just come into Blackboard now. Now you need to get into Blackboard and our live stream, okay, so that you can coordinate both aspects of our communication. All right. The other thing I wanted to mention is make sure that you are checking your grades. I have marked the best part of me assignment for those of you that have handed it in, okay? Sorry, guys, Taylor's just asking a question here, so I want to make sure. So, yes, so make sure you check those grades, all right? And I know some of you actually have submitted the assignments and it might just not be marked yet, so just be aware of that. The other thing I wanted to mention with assignments, ladies and gentlemen, is if I've asked you to fix something up and resubmit something, please do, because that will get you a better mark, all right? The other thing, just some more logistical aspects. And of course, now I'm going to go blank to remind you what else I wanted you guys to do before we get into submitting your EKG assignment. It'll come to me when I remember. Okay, so hopefully Brendan, all right. Thanks for helping each other out, you guys. That's awesome. Yes, thanks, Abby. And we're going to, Abby just stated, you guys, that she's already uploaded it to her ePortfolio and handed it in. That's awesome. So Abby, if you've done that and you've completed that, fantastic. You're going to be like my go-to student to help others if need be. Because we are going to quickly review it, because I know I went in and actually looked at your submissions, ladies and gentlemen, and some of them were not the proper file type, and that can really, and some of you just tried to upload it still straight into Moodle, and that's not what we want, okay? So we'll walk through those steps as soon as possible. I can see there's still a couple of students here that are not quite into, and I just want to make sure, I don't want to leave anybody behind, all right? Now, Haley, great question. Are we supposed to hand all assignments on Weebly? It's going to depend on what we do. For example, later on in the year, we'll be submitting essays, right? Prepping you guys for that English 10 provincial. We may not necessarily need to put those up on your ePortfolio, right? We can just submit those straight into Moodle. But once, just like our EKG project, if it's a movie, if it's maybe a PowerPoint, something like that, that's really cool to showcase on your ePortfolio that you might want to keep, fantastic. We might put those up on Weebly, and it's just an easier way to actually submit. So yes, Zoe, Weebly, if you were in with Miss, our last couple of classes with Miss Wood and myself, you guys set up your ePortfolios. So that's really, really important. So I know that it looks like there's still maybe some people still trying to get in. Yeah, so Zoe, you're gonna have to really review. If you guys, if anybody has missed any classes, especially with Miss Wood, you need to go back and review those assignments, all right? And especially now that Mr. Borden's back as well, and your math is now kicking in. Now we're going to be getting into time management, all right? So you really need to use not only the time that we have together, but also your afternoons very, very wisely, all right? You can just, Ava, great question. With your English page, I know you guys created an English page on your Weebly. You can just keep that as where you house everything. You do not have to create sub-pages. Now, Ava, if you want to get a little bit more creative though, and have the different assignments as different subpages. If that's like how you would like to organize your ePortfolio, then that's up to you. I'm going to give you some creative leeway with that. So up to you guys how you decide to do that. But if you house all your assignments just on the main English page, I'm happy with that as well. Okay. Now, Taylor, that's a great question as well. Once you just go back into that design mode, right? Or into the build mode, sorry. And you can edit whatever you need. So we're actually going to go over some of those steps, Taylor, right now. All right. So it looks like still Damon and a couple of other students, Brendan, you guys aren't able, I don't see those green check marks from you guys. So once we have our first major break, I'm going to message those students and hopefully get them into, but we need to get started with today's class. I got to find my trusty, here it is, my trusty clicker. All right. So today's lesson, you guys, is all based around imagery. Okay, so you can see our theme that we have for today, right? Writing creates emotion and connects us to stories in our past. That's one of our major themes that we're doing for this unit. And today we're taking that theme and we're going to start the first couple of steps towards a little bit of a writing project. So here's our outline for today. I want to quickly show you guys again, even if Miss Wood already reviewed it with you guys, I'd like to do it again. How to upload your EKG onto your Weebly and then submit that Weebly link. I'd like to go through it step by step. Then we're going to get into a couple of different actual English activities around the idea of imagery. And we're going to bring in some poems, all right? And then if we have time, which I think we might, because I've got you guys for about another hour and a half here, we're going to get into our rough draft of a descriptive paragraph using imagery, all right? So let's actually go back. I'm going to stop here, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to pull up my Weebly site. And this is how I want you guys to put in your EKG project. So first off, when you're in the build site, make sure that you are actually on your English page. Don't be on your home page. Don't be on, one other of your ADC pages. Make sure you're on your English page. Then what you're going to do is along the left-hand tab, you'll notice, probably right with you guys, it will be up high at the basic elements, right? You need to actually scroll down until you see the media, okay? The media tabs. And then there's an HD video, okay? So Taylor, great question. How do we get on the build site? Have you actually set up your Weebly yet? That's your next question. Because if you haven't, what I would do is just watch this process. And then once we have some work time, okay, so you need to log into your Weeblies and then with that first name dot last name and how we changed our, perfect. So once you're there, if it looks like, it might look like this. Here, I'll show you guys. If it pops up like this, let's see if it'll go into it. No, it won't. If it looks like just your name and then right beside it, it'll say edit site. Go into edit site and then you should be in here. Then make sure you're in the build tab. So once you scroll down to media, there's your HD video, your high definition video. You want to drag and drop that onto the page. And this is what'll pop up. Now, I was testing this earlier this morning, ladies and gentlemen, and it wasn't working on my computer. So we'll see if it works. And if it doesn't, hopefully it works on yours and you guys can just follow the prompts. But right now, all you actually do is have to click this to upload, and it doesn't look like mine's gonna work. But once you click to upload, you guys, you'll get awesome. Good, Abby. It worked for Abby. So I'm hoping that your guys' computers will work. Once you click that, you should get the dialog box of where to browse for your file. Okay. Now, Alex, great. So it's not supporting the file type. I thought that this might happen. So What I want you guys to do is I'm just going to minimize this, ladies and gentlemen, and I actually brought up a test sample of a Movie Maker Live. Now, this is nothing extreme. I literally just put in a picture that Mr. Borden had on his desktop. But if this is my Movie Maker Live, what you want to make sure you guys do is in here, in the little icon on the very top hand left of your toolbar, you'll notice you get a drop-down menu, okay? So once you click on that, there we go. And it doesn't seem to be showing up on the actual live stream, you guys, but hopefully on your computer it is. You want to go to Save Project As. And when you get this dialog box, no, Taylor, this is not in the Weebly site. This is actually in Movie Maker Live. This is how you're going to change your file type to make sure you can actually upload it into your Weebly site. All right. So once you're here, this is where you add your, you change your file name, right? I just called mine test sample. And then if you actually click on this drop down menu, I'm kind of hoping, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, back up a step. If you go to your drop down menu, guys, sorry, I told you guys the wrong one. My mistake. When you do the drop down menu, if you actually go to Save Movie, go to Save Movie, and then for computer. That's what I want. Now you can add your file name, and down on the Save as Type drop down menu, if you've got multiple options, that's great. But my number one choice is make sure that you choose a Windows Media Video file or a WMV file. I believe Weebly will also accept MP4 files. So if you have that option as well, you can try that. But then make sure to save. Now it'll convert it to a WMV file. Then what you can do is then exit out of your Windows Movie Maker and go back to your Weebly and upload it from there. All right. Now, if it doesn't work for you right now, ladies and gentlemen, that's fine. Okay. I believe I actually have a tutorial on how to change file types within Movie Maker. I don't have it in the assignment yet, but I will do that. And again, if it's not working, you guys, that's all right. We're just gonna take it back a step. And once we have some work time, then I can get you guys going through that process. All right. But the big thing is it needs to be a Windows Movie Maker or Windows Media file. And then that way you can upload it to your Weeblies. Now, this is another important step, and I believe Miss Wood went over this with you guys, and but I want to review it. Yeah. Taylor, that's a great question. I believe it should have its own version. Were you able to download it? Taylor, I don't know that answer. So if you were able to download it, it should, but I might have to do some research on that and maybe we'll find a different option. All right. But I want to quickly walk you guys through also now how to submit this hyperlink. So once you actually do have your video on your Weebly, now you're like, what now, Miss Ward? Now you need to actually hand it in. So this is what you're going to do. The big yellow button up in the top right-hand corner where it says publish, you want to make sure you hit that publish, okay? Now I'm working on a site that's actually, I better do this step. Oh, I obviously chose the wrong one, you guys. There we go. I want the free one. Now, once you hit that yellow publish button, this is what always pops up. It tells you that your website is published. What you want to do is actually go to this blue link, okay? When you click on this blue link, this is going to take you to your viewing page of your Weebly. Now, it is all, your guys's are password protected. So you need to make sure that you type in, I believe it's planning 10 for you guys, okay? So now, once you get there, the other thing that's really, really important is that you click on your English page. Oh, perfect. Thanks, Abby. Abby just reminded me. It's your password's actually grade 10, not planning 10. Yeah, awesome. So that's your viewing password. That's going to be everybody's viewing password. That doesn't change. So once you view your Weebly site, then you can actually click on your English page, and then up at the top in the URL address is where I want you guys to go and copy this link. Okay, so you're going to hit copy. Then you're going to go back to the English 10 course, right, in Moodle, my course. And you're going to scroll all the way down till you get to the assignment, plotting your EKG. We're going to open that up. And just like you've submitted probably some things for Miss Wood, you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom and you're going to put add submission. What will come up is an online text box. And again, Moodle, it likes to scroll. So you got to scroll all the way back down again. So you're going to see an online text box and also file submissions. Let's ignore the file submissions because I would like you guys just to do the online text. This is where you put, let's spell that right. This is where you put your self-assessment, right? And I believe I made this assignment out of 10. So make sure you go back to the criteria, you guys, that we did as a class and create your self-assessment based on that criteria. Then once that's done, underneath, you can paste in your, okay, so this is a good reminder. Your mouse won't work in Moodle to paste. Okay, so if you just click in there, right click and go paste, this is the message that's going to come up. Okay, so you don't need more information. What you're going to do is click on OK, because then what happens is now, oh my goodness, what you can do is now Control V. Use your shortcut, use your keyboard shortcut. So Control V, and you'll notice that that URL link that we went and grabbed from your Weebly is now on there. But you're not done. There's a few more steps. Great question, Taylor. Yes, Taylor asked if we used all self-assessments for every assignment. Yes, you mostly do. I love to see that you guys are going back into that criteria and really understanding how it relates to how you feel you did for that particular assignment. So my big thing is yes to self-assessments for every assignment. All right. So once you've got your URL there, you're going to highlight it. And along the top, you'll notice that the chain links buttons start to pop up. So you need to click on that hyperlink right there. And what you need to do here is copy and paste, hit that Control V again into the link URL box. And again, your URL will come up there. The next thing that I'd like you to do is go down to the target and change it to new window. This just makes it easier for me to mark. All right. So what it does is when I click on your link, it pops up in a new tab automatically. All right. So I don't have to open it up in a new tab. And then if you scroll down, you can hit insert. And then it's done. You'll notice that the color changes and now you've got a hyperlink. Then you can just click Save Changes and it's done. That's how you submit a hyperlink into Moodle. So those of you that handed in your EKG projects as a file submission, okay, you do need to go in and actually delete those. okay? Because Moodle won't house all of those movies. So if you guys could go in and edit your submission, delete those files, and submit a hyperlink, that would be very much appreciated. Again, Jade, that is a great option as well. I'm just gonna let everyone know that. Jade actually uploaded her movie onto YouTube, and then she put it in as a YouTube video on her Weebly and submitted it that way. That will definitely work as well, Jade, if you used YouTube to put your movie onto. Now, the other thing around YouTube is the privacy issues on YouTube, right? So because it's searchable, so that's the big thing why we tend to stay away from YouTube. But if you feel comfortable putting your work up on YouTube and then putting it on your Weebly, that is completely fine. We just like to stay away from it because it does have some privacy issues, okay? So totally up to you guys how you do that, okay? And that's fine as well, Abby. Yeah, if you type the name of the assignment and then hyperlink that as well, you don't have to put the URL link. Absolutely. The only thing, Bria, great, you're just saying make your video unlisted. Fantastic, but when I go to click the link, I may now not have access to it, right? So you do have to at least make it public, your YouTube video, until I have it marked. Okay, and then once I've given you a mark for it, then you can go back and unlist it or put a privacy setting on it. Totally fine. Just be able to make me have access to it. Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, now what we are up to is actually getting into today's lesson. So let's bring that up. I'll just bring my PowerPoint back up, you guys. So we're gonna do, and again, if you have issues around handing in your project, you guys, once we get down to some work time, I will help you guys out on an individual basis, all right? So let's get started. Let's delve into some imagery. So what I'd like you to do, this video, you guys, is either, it's in the Moodle assignment, okay? Or what we can do, and I'm gonna just check with my video technician, can we actually play this on the live stream, Mr. Ross? If I bring up this video? No, okay, that's good tip. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, you do need to actually go into Moodle and watch its, and of course, Miss Ward was not as organized as she thought she was today because I just realized I don't even think I opened up that assignment. So I'm gonna go back into my English 10, you guys, and make sure that the assignment is open for you, because then you guys are all gonna be like, where's the assignment, Mrs. Ward? It's not showing up. All right, it should be on. You might have to just refresh your browser so it shows up. It's called Introduction to Imagery. So once you click in there, you guys, you will see that I've got a video there for you. And it's this very first one. I just got to get my Adobe. All right. So this is the video that I'd like you guys to watch. So it is approximately 2 minutes long. So I'll put the timer up, you guys, 2 minutes. And then what I want you to do is once you've watched the video, what I want you to do is come back into Blackboard. I'll clear the poll, give me a green check mark, and basically type into the room chat, what is your definition of imagery? Right here. What is your definition of imagery? How do you define it in your own words? Type that into the room chat, all right? So 2 minutes, go watch that video. Perfect. I see some of you guys finishing up that video. Remember to give me a green check mark, and then into the room chat, what is your definition of imagery? Great, great definitions, you guys, so far. Love them, right? You guys have you have a great idea of what imagery really is, okay? Exactly. And this is a great segue, actually. I think it was Damon, yes, explaining something without using words. Okay, so this is a great segue into where we're going next. So just finish up your thoughts. I see some of you are still chatting about what is imagery. That's really important. I don't want to cut your ideas off. But as we go into this next next little activity, this is great, you guys. Not to be witnessed to. Nice. Love what you guys are thinking. Yeah, you guys really summed it up well. It's the whole idea of creating that picture in your mind using words or maybe without words, all right, to really evoke that emotion. Remember that one of the main themes that we're talking about during this unit is evoking motion, whether it's through our writing or whether it's through whatever we see, all right? So this is what I would like you to do. I put 4 images up on my screen, okay? Which one do you really connect with? Which one do you connect with? And this is what I would like you to now do. I'll put these images back up, but I want to explain what we're going to do with them first, okay? So we're going to do a see, think, wonder. So what do you see when you look at the image you chose? What do you visually see? What do you think about when you look at the image that you chose? And then what do you wonder about when you look? Are there any questions that arise about the image that you chose? So if see, think, wonder, that's what I'd like you guys to do. So I'm going to give you again about another 2 minutes, and I'll put that up on the timer. Choose an image and maybe just jot down, or if you can remember it in your head, what do you see, think, or wonder about those images? So I'll give you guys about 2 minutes. All right. So can I get everyone back into Blackboard? Give me that green check mark so that I know everyone's ready to move on just to that next step. And even if you didn't get all 3, ladies and gentlemen, that's totally fine. All right. If you've got a couple of points to talk about, that's all I'm asking. It's just to get you guys thinking. So give me those green check marks that I know you're ready to go. And the next step is taking that see, think, and wonder and now sharing out. But I'm going to do it slow. So what we're going to do is we're going to pair up. Just like we did, I think we did it a couple of classes ago in Blackboard. So if everyone can just pair up, and we'll just use the list of participants just like we did the last time. So we'll have, I'm just going to look down at my list here, you guys. So Abby, Alex, Anna, Andrew, Ava, Avery. That's not even a tongue twister. Brendan, Bria, Chloe, Damon, Devin, Haley, Jack, Jade, Lily, Savannah, Shayna, Taylor, and then Taylor, you and I, we're going to pair up. All right? So Taylor, you can send me your reflection. Okay? So now that we're paired up, what I'd like to do is in a private chat, discuss your see, think, wonder with your partner. All right? I'm going to give you guys about 5 minutes because, again, we're typing. So, and I want you guys to exchange some ideas. Then once we're done, we're going to come back and we're going to share out now to the rest of the class what we thought. All right? So take 5 minutes and you're going to private chat with your partner about your see, think, wonder. Go ahead. All right. So, and just as we come back, of course, I think we're finishing up our chat here. So now the next step is, again, now into the room chat. All right. So now we're sharing out to the class. In the room chat, just type one thing that you found interesting about what your partner had to say. Did you guys choose the same images? Did you have different ones? What was interesting about what your partner said? And Damon, if you have a question or whatever, just send me a message or type chat it. That's probably the easiest way. I can see your hand is raised there in Blackboard. All right, so Devin, awesome. You had same images and similar themes. What were those themes? Good, Taylor. But what were those points? What was one thought that Shayna maybe had that you thought was good? Let's elaborate a bit. Oh, Jade, that's very interesting. Sorry, I'm like going back and forth between what you guys were saying. So she didn't see the 4 separate images. She saw it all as one big images and how it was maybe connected. Interesting. Never thought of that. Good, Andrew and Anna. Yeah, Abby, I like that point too, right? What the photographer felt as he was taking the picture of that child. Yeah, I always like to think that around those really great, especially human pictures. What were they feeling in that moment? See, and that's funny, Zoe, that you mentioned that the boy was maybe from a third world country. I wouldn't have even looked at it that way, right? So it's funny how everyone's thoughts are different, but yet a lot of you chose the same image. It really spoke to you, but in a different way, right? Awesome. Good, you guys. So now what you're doing, and I don't want you guys to get scared, all right? Because now what I want you to do is, now that we're thinking of imagery, and we just looked at it as a picture, right? And what you guys saw in those actual visual images. Now what we're gonna do is take that, that's okay, Shayna, that happens. Now what we're gonna do is actually take what we were talking about, what your definitions of imagery were, what we looked at as a visual, and now apply that to words. All right, we're gonna take a look at some poems, and we're gonna do it kind of in a group setting. Okay, I've chosen probably 5 of the most famous poets in all times, and I've chosen some of their poems to look at. Now, don't be scared, okay? I'm not asking you to dissect the poem. All I'm asking for is just for you to find the imagery in the poem through the words. What is that image that it creates in your mind?